right. We're live. Party people.
Get the whole audience over here.
Speaking to the live, we have a live audience. Virtually. And in person. We have a 13-month-old baby who's eating the dog's toy. No, don't eat that. Lazy little lion dog. The wife. Pregnant wife.
It's Mrs. Average Bob to you.
Yeah. It's funny, there's like a touch-up button that adds like a filter and makes you like, it's a little scary. Because it just does it in real time. It's gotta be like, you have some skin issues. Oh, an absolute wonder strike from Bruno Fernandes. And he hits a double knee slide. That's what we needed right there. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes scored a big one. So right now, currently, we got Manchester City versus Leicester on the television, the telly, and then at 9:30, we will begin our coverage of the Giants versus Panthers game.
Average baby is trying to grab the TV.
What a shot. A world-class finish. Get your coffee ready. You got your coffee ready? We got Giants Panthers.
The Giants play in Europe once a year, right? Like every year?
No.
Not every year?
No, not every team plays.
Well, did they play in London last year?
They played the Packers 2 years ago in London, and they beat. No, I can't remember.
They didn't play in Europe.
I think it came down to the end.
Right.
In 2022, they definitely played there because I actually made a pretty sweet video of the Barkley blinders. I couldn't think of anything to do for the German side of things. I didn't really also necessarily
Oh, it says in. Well, that's not. That was in 2007. It said on October 28, 2007, they won the first NFL regular season game played outside of North America when they defeated the Miami Dolphins at Wembley.
The first one?
Yeah. The first NFL regular season game played outside of North America.
What year was that?
2007. Surprising. I feel like they haven't been doing it as long as that.
Wow. Yeah, they have been.
Yeah.
Up until that effort from Fernandes, there's been an encouraging first quarter of an hour or so for Leicester City.
Yeah, this is
they
the
beat
beginning.
The Packers in 2022, 5 points.
This is the beginning. It's Saquon as a Peaky Blinder.
What is going on, you guys?
I wanted to do one of, I think there was like a really...
They beat the Packers in 2022 in London, 27 to 22.
The Foxes have kept just one
Yeah.
in the top flight this season and none away from home.
I actually had a pretty good thumbnail for that one. It was Dable on the King George's like head or something.
Their last 4 Premier League away games.
I don't even know King George, but coming into this one, a couple 2-7 teams battling it out. Bryce Young starting for the Panthers, Daniel Jones starting for the G-men. I wonder if, I mean, obviously this will be the last year of Daniel Jones and the Giants, but I wonder if it would also be the last year of Bryce Young on the Panthers. They seem to not like him much. That the Panthers are an absolute dumpster fire of an organization, and that's coming from someone who's watched the last 12 years of Giants football, been in the market where the Jets are consistently playing. So I personally don't understand how the Panthers could possibly be so bad. One thing the Panthers did that was really messed up is, so last year they traded up to get Bryce Young to be their quarterback, who is a little tiny guy from Alabama. Why are you just going headfirst into a wooden piece of wood? It's not ideal. Unless you think you're Brandon Jacobs or something and you're just going to use your head to power through it. So they traded up. They gave up like 3 first-round picks to draft Bryce Young 1. You know what happened in the season they drafted Bryce Young 1? They won about 1 game. They finished absolute dead last and had the first overall pick that went to the Bears. So they drafted a quarterback. They finished in absolute last place. And instead of having that pick to help them be successful and build for the future, they got nothing for it. Like, I think that's actually got to be worse than losing every single game in the season. Because at least if you lose every single game in the season, you get something for it.
Yeah.
The Panthers were so bad. They traded Christian McCaffrey years ago. And they didn't even get like that much for him.
I feel like Charlotte's a very small town, like a very small city.
I don't know, isn't it? Yeah, no, I don't think they do. And their owner's like a real big POS, and everyone kind of hates him. Where like the Panthers were playing a game last year towards the end of the season, and people in the crowd were yelling at the owner. I think his name's Dave Tepper or something. And he literally leans over and just dumps his drink or beer or threw whatever he was drinking. He threw it on the people in front of him for yelling at him.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess everyone's human or whatever, but like if you own a team, you can't be like that.
Yeah. Not to people that are.
But also, like, just because you have money doesn't make you a good person. Like, clearly Dave Tepper is not a good person. Clearly Dan Snyder from the Washington Commanders was not a good person. Robert Kraft doesn't seem like the best kind of guy, but people love him because he won Super Bowls and whatever. Woody Johnson. Speaking of Woody Johnson, I know Jets fans are very happy that Trump won again because Woody Johnson was in Trump's last cabinet as the U.S. ambassador for England, so it took him out of running the team for 4 years. So Jets fans are potentially happy to get him away from the team for a period of time. Even though his son was the person who filled in and really didn't do much there either. Like, I think he brought in Adam Gase, hired Robert Saleh. So it wasn't the best time for a Jets fan, but they did get Woody Johnson away from their organization. Hey, what's going on? If you joined in, we're just talking about bad ownership, talking about the Panthers owner, Dave Tepper. He's one of the worst owners in the National Football League.
It's 9:26, by the way.
It is also very interesting, too, when you look at, I tried to stay away from the tankathon and mock drafts as late as I could, and then next thing you know, you're 2-7. And here's the thing right now with the Giants at 2-7, the Panthers at 2-7. There are a buttload of 2-7 teams. Like, the Giants being 2-7 is somehow not one of the worst teams in the league. Like, they're picking 7 or 8. So there's a lot of bad teams out there. There's a lot of bad football out there. Let's jump over from Manchester United to Munich, Germany. Yeah. Let's go to Munich, Germany, yeah? This could have been funny for the live stream if I was dressed up in Lederhosen.
Lederhosen?
No,
That
I'm
would
just
have been
kidding.
funny.
It wouldn't have been. No one's sure.
You would have had
I don't
a giant
understand
shirt.
why the Sunday night game I did got
Bobby,
what?
I mean, maybe the same thing happened now because you, I mean, it just depends on who's up actually watching.
Nice. David Garnett, German-American violinist, coming out to play the national anthem. He looks
Like
super
an
into
anthem.
it. I mean, this is just pure Pax Americana, right? Putting an NFL game in Munich with the American flag all over. In a place where, like, they can't even play the sport. Dable said he was going to bulk up during the season. He still looks skinny AF right
He would
now.
probably get fatter during the season, but I don't think he.
You know what? He probably said, I lost a shitload of weight. There's no point in me gaining it back for a 2-7 Daniel Jones Giants team. This is a great rendition of the anthem. This is a great national anthem. Should they do the violin more for the national anthem? I like when the Cowboys guy does the trumpet a lot.
Yeah. I feel like horns are good in some. Who's that redheaded guy? He kinda looks
That's
like
Andy Dalton.
you. Kind of looks like you. Look at Ellie's like enthralled by it. Bobby, look. Bobby, look. Ellie's like enthralled.
Yeah, she's into it. Maybe she knows that I played in the orchestra, so she likes it.
Oh yeah, that one time you played bass.
I played in the orchestra
Oh
from
my god, did you actually? How long?
from 4th grade through 8th grade.
I played
That's a
piano
long
from
time.
like 2nd grade to 8th grade. I don't.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever heard the Germany national anthem. Probably had a huge rebranding after 1946.
I wonder how much the tickets cost to go. Like if you're like just living in Germany, hey, Eddie? Okay, let's hear it.
Probably not that expensive. Not as expensive as you think.
Right, well, because they have to fill a huge stadium of people that like. I mean, you know, obviously I know there's Americans living in Germany.
It's weird, there are a lot of Germans that like the Giants. I don't know why. But like they would, like Marcus Kuhn was a
Well, I think
German
Giants
guy.
are
who
one
played
of
for
the like
Giants,
U.S.
but-
teams. It's like, you know, Cowboys, Giants. Like it's like people that wear New York Yankees hats all around the world just because it's cool. They don't actually like the Yankees.
No, I will say Dodgers hats and Yankees hats are much more different than a Giants hat. There's no cool, like,
Look at NY, like yeah, I can guarantee.
well, yeah, because
people
they're
are
at the game, but it's not like they're walking around Germany. Like,
How do you know? Have you ever been to Germany? Walking around?
no, but they're not wearing Giants hats. I can
How do
tell
you
you.
know?
They would wear a
You don't
Yankee
know.
hat or a Dodgers hat because those logos.
You have no idea.
In
look at
also-
the stadium. It's like, is that
It
American
also
flag?
ha-
Look at
Yeah,
in the stadium.
That's actually
people
pretty
are holding
sick.
Up, look at they're holding up little signs and saying, "Oh, that's really cool."
yeah. Well, that's what they do at all their games. So this is where Bayern Munich plays their games. One of the best teams in the Bundesliga, but
So they just give them like a towel or like a little thing. That's pretty cool.
it's probably on your seat.
Yeah.
Now I forgot what point I was gonna make. 3-17 record as a start. The Giants better win today, and they better win big. Brian Burns, I think I don't know. I can't tell what I think about this guy at all because they traded for him from the Panthers. Then they give him a contract. He makes like an insane amount of money. I don't know. Maybe I was expecting more. Allianz Arena. You join in, say what up. Nope, they left. A lot of people in London like the Patriots because the Patriots would be in the Super Bowl every year.
Right.
So going back to what I was saying, there are a lot of German fans Giants fans in Germany, but from what I've seen on social media and stuff too, which I don't really understand, but like it's gotta suck being a fan. It's not made for them. Like if you're watching a Sunday night football game,
like it's 2 in the morning.
but there's people that watch them. All right, Bryce Young out. Chuba Hubbard getting a cool 5 yards on first down easily. The Giants' run defense has just been a problem this entire year. I don't know. There was a combination of losing A'Shawn Robinson. They had these guys last year. Or 2 years ago. They had Leonard Williams. They had A'Shawn Robinson, and they would still get gashed anyway, which is weird because I think Okereke's great. McFadden's good too. I don't know. Oh, Brian Burns, after I smack talked him, gets a sack. Easy money right there, right off the bat. Unblocked, play action. Burns doesn't bite on it at all. Very quick. Very quick. Hit the Spidey, 3rd and 13 here. Panthers in an empty set here. Giants got their ears pinned back. Young takes a snap. Throws it on a little slant over the middle. It's short by about 6 yards, so Panthers punting right off the bat. 3 and out for the Carolina Panthers. I wonder, so the stadium actually looks, the European stadiums look cool, and I think it's obviously actual grass too, compared to a lot of the artificial turf that NFL teams play in the United States for the most part. There's some super complicated grass situations. I think it's either Barcelona or Real Madrid where they have their stadium. And this technology is so sophisticated where there's 3 layers of grass and they rotate them out. So they'll put it in the practice field, let the sun get it, then bring it into the stadium and put it up. It's actually kind of insane if you think about it. But hey, if you're a billion gazillion dollar, I don't even know if it's would you even call it a franchise or Jalen Hyatt getting a lot of time today. 2 tight end set for the Giants. Play action with Tracy. Taking a shot deep to Hyatt with the flag down. So, Jalen Hyatt coming in immediately, just running a go route. I think the first one's going to be an illegal shift on the Giants. Both on the defense. Sean Hockley, Ed Hockley's son. Did anyone else know that? I think Ed Hockley's probably been retired for a couple of years now, but I didn't realize he had a Sean Hockley. I guess they never really do. They show the referee's name when they're making their first call usually. They do that in baseball when they show the umpires and stuff, which I think is kind of funny because it's like you obviously know the names of some bad ones that everyone hates, but another play action from the Giants. Jones tucks it and throws it away. The G-Man. Oh man, I forgot Evan Neal's starting today. You got, oh man, the Giants might actually be trying to kill Daniel Jones. Underhand off to Tracy. Looked like there was a little hole there, but good play by Ashawn. Who is the guy? There's someone on the Panthers who like led the league in. They have Clowney too. I didn't know Clowney was on the Panthers. It's an interesting spot. What an interesting pick, because he had so much hype. All right, Jones takes a snap, 3rd and 8. Fires downfield, over the head of Neighbors, not even close at all, who appeared to be wide open. Dable's got his Santa Claus glasses on here. Oh, I need my Santa Claus glasses so I can look at the play call sheet that says. Yeah, here you go. You got Jadeveon Clowney versus Evan Neal here. This should be funny. Almost drew him off. They're not running a play here. All right. You know, Giants literally did nothing on their first drive besides get gift wrapped a pass interference. Oh, Jamie Gillen's fine, so you can go back to Europe. The Scottish freaking hammer. I mean, Neighbors was wide open on that play. Evan Neal versus Jadeveon Clowney. Should be a fun matchup. I wanted Evan Neal to be good, but I don't know. When you talk shit about the fans for literally no reason when you suck, it's hard to root for you or to find anyone to root for you. I would assume whoever he spoke to, who wrote that article from like the New Jersey News, like whatever it is, that New Jersey newspaper would probably be never get another interview with him again or anyone really, because it kind of seemed like they snaked him a little bit where I don't know, you probably wanted to talk and say something to people, and then that guy kind of sold him out and set him up a little bit. But also, Evan Neal went to the IMG Academy, which is one of the best high schools in the country for pretty much grooming people to be professional athletes. I'm sure they even have a class in this high school that probably deals with how to speak to the media and how to cater your online presence or social media profile. Because that's what it's grooming people for the next level. It's, great college football or any sport, right? There's insane basketball teams. I think also like IMG Academy has really sick golfers too, because I guess it's in Florida. But I just, was a little disappointed by his comments when I think with that education and pedigree, he probably should have had, known a little bit more about when people are asking you trick questions to rip on fans. And it's like, you should have just seen that coming a little bit further out. but maybe Evan Neal, this is his first sort of bumps in his career he's had where now he's a little bit more injury prone. You can't just titty bump and lay on people like he did at Alabama and at IMG Academy. So he's got to improve his technique immensely. And today he's going to have a really tough matchup versus, a guy who's been in the league for quite some time now and has always had that potential to be a game wrecker in Jadeveon Clowney. So the Giants should have they pretty much went 3 and out besides getting the pass interference down the field where they moved the sticks and then Daniel Jones missed Malik Neighbors wide open on a 3rd and 8. Dexter doing Dexter things. See Bryce Young finding Xavier Leggett 25-yard gain, but that's the kind of throw Daniel Jones needed to make. Dane Belton's got to run with him there. I don't know where he stopped, why he stopped running. Or maybe he thought 31 would be dropping back a little bit further. Toss sweep to Chuba. He breaks through. Back-to-back big plays from the Panthers here. Now they're on the Giants side of the field very quickly. 2 plays. I don't know. The Giants don't seem like they want to be here at all. Right off the bat, at least. All right. 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. Bryce Young under center. 2 tight ends up top. Little inside zone cutback. Another couple yards there, but yeah, the only the big negative play so far for the Panthers has been a 2nd down play action where Burns killed Bryce Young, and then that led to a monster 3rd down that they couldn't complete. Since that play, the Panthers have been going right down the field. Now they're going empty shotgun. Young takes a snap, looks over the middle, finds whoever 17 is and is a yard short. Leggett. Yeah, I think the Panthers were going to sign Chuba Hubbard or extended him to a long-term deal, which, I don't know, Chuba Hubbard. Of course I'm going to shit talk him for this and he's going to go off today, but I don't know. What's the point? 3rd and 1. Can the Giants run defense make a stop here? Trips up north. Motion, toss pitch right. Good play call. Looks like Chuba's going to go in for a touchdown here. Oh, and he falls down on the 4-yard line. Very well-designed play call from the Panthers in the red zone here. 3rd and 1. They put one of the tight ends in motion to the top, coming back to the left-hand side. They pull the guard on the right and do a toss sweep to Chuba, so he has a guard. And everyone on the Giants is going with the original, not fake, but motion man. Very well-designed play call from the Panthers. Listen, I'm not afraid to give kudos where kudos is due. I like that play call. I think if the Giants had Saquon Barkley, that would be a great play call for them. Could be good for Tracy, too. Shane Bowen. I can't believe Shane Bowen is, not that much older than me, and he looks way older. I need to throw the retouch thing on here so I don't look.
I don't know who that is. Which one is
The
that?
Giants defense coordinator. He looks like he's had a couple rough years there. But I guess that goes to show you, Oh, Bryce Young takes a shot deep, and it looks
Interference? No? Okay, good.
knocked out by Cordell Flott. Drop it like it's Flott.
Oh, wow, yeah, he really did kind of...
Yeah, Cordell Flott had his hand right in there.
He definitely would have caught that if the hand wasn't in there.
Yeah, and Coker was kind of I don't even know if he would have caught that without Flott messing with him, because the way he came down, too, would have been tough to get his hands underneath it. 3rd and goal here. Shotgun. Young slips, steps up, and he throws it to a wide open.
Wide open.
Jatavian Sanders, an absolute.
I wonder, like, the
naked.
randomness of being a Panthers fan in Germany, though. Like, why choose Panthers? Maybe they just choose Panthers because they like the color.
They're not. They probably just bought a jersey because they went to the game. Okay, so let's look at what happened here with Bryce Young. He slips, and I think once he steps up to start running, Isaiah Simmons is kind of just looking in no man's land and then just gets burned behind him. But hey, kudos to the first touchdown bettors for Jatavian Sanders. They probably got that at like 20-1 or something. All right. Giants came out sleepwalking. Got to answer here. I think you just got to go to Neighbors here. Get him involved. Force plays to him. You know, or maybe the Giants have just been going to the well too much on Tracy that you saw so far in this one. They're just right off the bat doing play action to go downfield without even setting it up. I don't even know if Tracy might have one run so far. I don't know. They just can't sleepwalk through this one, because if they do, they'll lose, because they're 2-7. So Daniel Jones currently 0 for 2, 0 yards. Tyrone Tracy has 1 carry, so gotta get him going. And here's one thing I'm thinking too. If this first half goes really bad, because this is the thing. The Giants have the 32nd ranked offense. The Panthers have the 32nd ranked defense. So it's kind of like when two things collide, or I don't even know what analogy I want to use, but like something's got to break. Is the Giants off? If the Giants offense is clearly that bad, then I want to see Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito or a German guy from the crowd with a schnitzel play quarterback over Daniel Jones.
German guy from the crowd. I feel like they're not gonna switch someone else in. But.
Well, right now in this one, they are losing 7-0 to a 2-7 team that just went. How many yards down the field in them? How long was that drive? Let's look at the play-by-play on that drive. 8 plays, 90 yards in 4 minutes. Not very efficient. I'm just not going to get it done. I would start doing screens. Under handoff, the Tracy, RPOs. It is kind of remarkable that Jalen Hyatt cannot run any other routes besides a go route. And he's been in the NFL. He's probably playing wide receiver his entire life. And now he's also been in the NFL for a year and a half. So what is he doing in practice? Chuba Hubbard fantasy owners looks like they're in for a big one today. All right, Jones under center here. Looks like Singletary's in the backfield. The handoff to Singletary, who gets 10. Just cutting it back on a dive. Oh, I thought he got the first. Dable with his Santa Claus glasses on. I don't know. I always like to think, like, if this was Patrick Mahomes' team, how would they be? I said a little RPO to Wandale. I would like to see Wandale get involved. Well, I started him in one of my fantasy matchups, so then Neighbors has got to get involved though too. Hand off to Singletary for a game of like 2 or 3. Wandale Robinson and Neighbors both over 50 receptions this year. The only team with 2 players with 50 plus receptions. I bet if you look at their yards per catch, it's probably like Wandale at least is probably like 6 yards, 5 yards. I guess it also goes to show you truly we watch it with our eyes, but the data also shows Daniel Jones cannot possibly throw the ball down the field, which is kind of crazy in a 2024 passing league. And Daniel Jones almost throws an interception on a blown up screen. Let's see how close this actually was. That's got to be way more off the grass than that. Hey, Penny. All right, 3rd and 8. What does Dayball have on his play sheet with his glasses on? Panthers look like they're blitzing. And Daniel Jones literally just stares down his target and forces it in between 2 guys, and it's knocked away. He sucks. I'm done. I mean, at what point was that open? He just sucks. Okay. Panthers jump off sides on a 4th and 8. It doesn't even matter. It's just been 6 years of this dreadful garbage. It was crazy too looking back at some of Daniel Jones' stats, where he had a 5 touchdown game versus Washington. He played his best years under Pat Shurmur. And I feel like Pat Shurmur was here so long ago that so much has happened since. And the excuse train for Daniel Jones can never leave the station again. But then there's the conundrum of what do they actually do, because I don't think any of these quarterbacks in the draft. Oh, botched muffed punt by the Panthers, but the guy gets it back, and maybe the Panthers will go 90 yards again for another touchdown. This time they'd have to go 92 yards. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about any of the quarterbacks in this upcoming draft. You know, Carson Beck last night doesn't look very good as they get pummeled by Ole Miss. Quentin Ewers has a 5 touchdown performance versus a beaten down Florida Gator team at home for Texas. Dylan Gabriel, I don't even know if he's eligible for the draft because no one ever talks about him really in that class. Like, I saw people talking more about LSU quarterback Nussmeier, who looked horrific last night against Alabama. I don't know what it is with Alabama too. Whenever I bet on Alabama, they look terrible and they lose. First time I bet against them, Jalen Milroe looks like 2004 Michael Vick, and he's just running for his life. Looks incredible. I don't know. Can't buy one right now. But I guess to the point of these quarterbacks, I don't really like Cam Ward. uh, University of Miami quarterback. They lost to Georgia Tech, albeit it not necessarily being his fault. I think he had a pretty successful day. It's not his fault. His defense gave up 38 points to Georgia Tech, which isn't a powerhouse offense. But that's college football for you. There will be a lot of people selling through what they like about these quarterbacks and why they got to be drafted. And sometimes, guys, we know there's years where there aren't good quarterback prospects. Maybe this year's one of them. At least I think it appears to be. But then you go back to other drafts and you're like, if you redraft the year Patrick Mahomes was quarterback, he's obviously going 1 overall. And then I think in that draft he was like 12 or 14 or something. So the pundits don't always have it right. I'm just talking about what I personally think, and I don't like really any of these guys. Then that leads to free agency. There was an article this week from Athlon Sports that was talking about how the Giants need to sign Sam Darnold. I'm like, if we bring in Sam Darnold here, Sam Darnold plays a completely different game from what Brian Dable seems to be what he's trying to do with like running type quarterbacks. So I don't know why that would be good, or maybe so you could find someone that you want. But I think being 2-7 and John Mara saying that regardless of what happens, Shane and Dable are coming back. If they're 2-7 again next year, how would you justify keep bringing them back for what? Like, what would the point be? I don't know. This is clearly a quarterback-driven league, and when you don't have one, you're in this weird purgatory of trying to figure out a way to make it work. And good coaches are able to figure that out. Mike Shanahan at the 49ers, I think, is very good at that. But if you do draft someone, you have to put the things in place to make them good, right? If you look at the difference between Jaden Daniels on the Commanders in year 1 versus Bryce Young on the Panthers in year 1, now Bryce Young's just dipping and dropping dimes downfield. Random tight ends looking incredible on the Panthers. And the Panthers seems like they're kind of chewing clock here too. I mean, obviously if we have 8-play drives, it's going to take up time, but the Giants have had 2 abysmal drives to start this game, and I don't think they're going to get the ball back here in the first. So this Chuba Hubbard just running through tackles, over tackles, through defenders. I knew I shouldn't have smack talked Chuba. Chuba is the next Barry Sanders, guys. You heard it here first. I'm going to need more coffee if this is how this game's going to go. I guess they have random rookies that they want to get involved. I don't know. I personally, if I was building a team, at least you could. That's the same play that they ran earlier in the game. The play action unblocking Brian Burns, and Burns almost got there again, except this time Bryce Young quickly sets his feet and delivers a strike short of the first down, but still a good throw. Daniel Jones ain't doing that. Nice catch. Good throw. 2nd and 2 coming up. Jalen Coker. Bryce Young under shotgun, under center. Chuba again. Stopped, but that was kind of their first stop where Chuba didn't get a ton of yards. All right. 3rd and 1. Chuba gets 3. Not a single interception through 9 games. Yeah, I saw someone comment, "Hey, maybe you should have paid Xavier McKinney instead of letting him walk to the Packers." Yeah, possibly. I mean, at least nice tackle by Adoree. Yeah, maybe they should have paid. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. I just wish Brian Dable would say the truth on what the plan is, because it doesn't seem like there is a plan. What is the plan? I don't even care. Like, just he has his press conferences where he says the same thing. If you watch the press conferences, it's like, I gotta watch your tape. We gotta clean things up. It's like, you're 2-7. You said that last year too. So I don't know. Maybe even just lie to me. I don't. I'll take the lie, but like, just say anything more than like, "Hey, we got to clean it up." Like, after this game, if you're sitting and the German media is asking you, "Brian Dable, what did you think about the game today?" And he's like, I haven't looked at the film yet. I got to clean it up." And Daniel's our quarterback moving forward. I don't think that's acceptable, and I don't think that's acceptable for the front office and the ownership to say that that's someone you should bring back. But as we know as Giant fans, I thought Joe Judge that one time wasn't going to get fired. And then, as we can see as Giants fans, when things spiral out of control and get worse and worse, John Mara will get made fun of by his friends at his country club, and he'll cave. He'll say, "Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should get rid of this guy." Is getting blanked by the Panthers enough for that change? I don't even know if I can't tell if I like Dable or not. 3rd and 8 coming up here. False start on the Panthers. They should be able to get this off before the quarter change. Chuba in motion next to Young. 3rd and 8. Takes a snap, looks right, throws right. Good coverage by Jackson to end the first quarter. If you guys joined in, I hope you guys are having a great morning. So we got a couple more people in. Just watching the Giants-Panthers game. Not off to a good start for my Giants. They look pretty bad. I feel like it's easy to make a lot of jokes about the Giants-Panthers in Germany, but I'll let everyone else make those jokes. The Giants' offense has got to get something going, though. If this, if they want it to be this bad, why? I don't understand. I really don't, because if Dable's mindset is, let's keep playing Daniel Jones, whatever happens, I'm guaranteed my job next year, but I don't know what my plan is yet, because I need to see how, the dominoes fall in college football and with free agency. But why do we trust Brian Dable to be the guy to fix this? And Joe Shane. Joe Shane has missed a ton so far. If they could hit on Tracy, that'd be huge. But right now, you got a quarterback who is. They look really bad. Play calling, quarterback. Daniel Jones is 1 for 5 for 3 yards. 3 for 13 rushing. And Daniel Jones' only pass completion was that screen to Wan'Dale Robinson. What do you guys want to do? What do we want to do? What's the point? What's the future here? Giants D needs to make a stop here before it gets to a 2-score game. 4th and 8. You're gonna see a kick come up. The fans that they show at these games are so funny. Everyone's just wearing hot dog hats. One guy's in a Patrick Mahomes jersey. "53-yard attempt from Eddie Pinedo." Looks like he drilled it. Right, split the uprights. That would have been good from like 60. He just drilled that. If they go to another commercial here after that, though, I gotta refill my coffee, which isn't too far because I'm in an apartment, so it's literally right there. Oh, okay. They don't go to a full commercial. They just go to the in-game commercial. I don't even know. I don't like the in-game commercials. It makes me a little nervous for the future. Because I think at some point, they're just going to have way too many of these in-game commercials during the game, in between plays. I don't know. It makes me nervous. All right, Giants down 10-0. The Florida Panthers cheerleaders are crushing it in Munich. I wonder what German fans think of cheerleaders, because there's no other sport that has cheerleaders in the world. Yeah, never been to Germany. I would definitely go, though. Looks like a fun time. If you could have planned this trip around Oktoberfest or something. But yeah, I don't know. Also, there's always like a contingent of people that are like, "Oh, the Giants are playing in London. Oh, the Giants are playing in Germany. Should we go to that game?" It's like, if I go to one of those countries that's so far away, I don't want to go watch my shitty team play football there. I'd rather go experience the culture and see what else it has to offer. I'd go to a Bayern Munich game. Or if you're going to London or Wembley, go to see a Premier League game. Jones takes a snap, nothing open. I can't, I mean, there's just something with this Giants offense and the play calling that everything's out of just not connecting at all so far. They just try to do too much, too. On this play, I wish they would I might actually go back and watch it, because they fake a play action, almost like a screen at the top. Giants, 9 plays, 16 yards, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. I mean, Tyrone Tracy in motion for like almost some crazy full house set. Jones almost gets the first down. This is like the Giants have a weird brand of football. It almost looks like they're going back to like the 1960s, like some Bart Starr Packers type offensive play calls that is just like, I don't know, I don't think, like, maybe the Ravens kind of run this a little bit, but that's because they have potentially a 3-time MVP in Lamar Jackson. I guess the Giants have just decided, like, we can't throw the ball anymore, but then they just drafted Malik Neighbors, so. Jones takes a shot, and it looks like it's caught by Hyatt. Wow, Hyatt caught something not a go route. Or ran something not a go route. Little play action, steps up. In or out about 17 yards down the field. Nice play. And Danny Euros instead of Danny Dimes. That's hilarious. I would always just absolutely hate to be behind someone with a sign at a game. It's like, don't hold that up 30. Like, have you seen the cost of tickets, bro? That sign out. Jones, play action, takes another shot downfield, completely covered, stride for stride. Couldn't be more covered. Great defense. 2 for 8, 22 yards for Daniel Jones, just trying to fit balls into small windows that are completely covered. The way Danny is throwing the ball today might not be a bad call to live bet an interception or two. Toss sweep, toss pitch out of shotgun, completely blown up by 4 Panther defenders. It's terrible play call. Not executed in any way, shape, or form by the offense. Jones ushering the team to get set back up. Tyrone Tracy had concussion issue 2 weeks ago. Now he's completely blown up in the backfield by 4 guys. Not going to get it done, but absolute passing down here. Let's see what Danny Dimes cooks up. 3rd and 12. Panthers sitting back. Could this be the interception? Gets it off with 1 second on the play clock. Quick slant to Wan'Dale Robinson, about 6 yards short. Giants football. Graham Gano coming out to kick a field goal. Maybe his hamstring will just tear off his bone as he kicks this one. Dable just giving palms up, like angry, walking up and down the sideline. At least he's not screaming at people. I guess that Brian Dable is just done for the season, screaming at people for no reason. Which, as we know as NFL fans, if your coach is screaming at people, it doesn't work. They're not there long enough. Graham Gano slices it right. No bueno. This is going to be an all-time embarrassing loss. This is going to be all-timer. Oh, man. Yeah, Daniel Jones sucks, but very unimpressed with the play calls here. Malik Neighbors. I'm very excited to be. I gotta fill up my coffee. Be right back. I do want to say, I don't think you can tank in the NFL, but this looks like what, if I was the coach, calls that I would play, my game plan looks echoes actively tanking. Can't stop Bryce Young and Chuba Hubbard. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know. Is that Miles Sanders? And I think he got hurt immediately on that. I don't know what happened to Miles Sanders. He was decent on the Eagles and then just completely fell off. I guess the Panthers will do that too. The Bryce is. How many signs does this guy have? And yeah, Miles Sanders, one snap of the game, destroyed his ankle.
Check this out. Let's say you want to build your own parlay, okay? ESPN Bet now has profit boosts that you can use to increase your winnings. If I parlay this money line with these points and total yards, that is boost.
Commercial break with Miles Sanders down. I thought Miles Sanders could have been decent there.
Enjoy your boost. Profit boosts, all new parlay lounge, up to $1,000.
I think people would draft him in fantasy and shit too, and now he's just like unusable.
Bet runs faster and claims 24/7 right on the Geico app.
To file a claim, just tap. Just tap right here to upload pictures, customer. Troy came on the first 9 bucks. Sure. Vicky, to track your status.
Actively tanking.
Super easy.
They're connecting with the mannequins.
You're doing great, everyone. Oh, you're a pro.
Scroll, tap, scroll out. I'm tapping.
Yeah, you're moving it.
For savings and service, get more with Geico. I overdid it. Like a showboat, I just overdid it.
If you get sick with COVID-19, someone will feel all alone. Get an updated vaccine this season so you don't let down the ones who matter most. Last fall, more people were hospitalized for COVID than the flu. COVID is always changing. Protect yourself this season with an updated vaccine. Do it for you and your dinner date.
With Optimum Mobile, buy one, get one. Get 2 lines of unlimited mobile for the price of 1. That's 2 unlimited mobile lines.
Supposed to rain later today.
776 Optimum or visit Optimum.com/mobile. Get 2 lines of unlimited data, talk, and text to connect on America's largest 5G network with more coverage than Verizon and AT&T combined. All for just $45 a month. Hurry, get 2 lines of unlimited mobile for the price of 1. Call 877
All right.
or visit Optimum.com/mobile. Card has come out for Miles Sanders.
I mean, it looked like Miles Sanders rolled his ankle.
As he hopped onto the cart, the 6th-year man out of Penn State, in his 2nd year in Carolina, receiving the pat on the back en masse from his teammates.
I don't know.
Jonathan Brooks, the rookie out of Texas, that was drafted in the 2nd round by Carolina this year, the running back, tried to give it a go this week. They say he looks terrific in practice.
So all they have is Chuba Hubbard.
Expect him to return to play when the Panthers.
Miles Sanders down. Brooks is out. Do they only have? They probably only have Chuba Hubbard.
The Allianz Arena crowd here for Miles Sanders.
Everyone looks super bundled up at this game. I wonder how cold it is there.
So,
Should we check? Quick.
now, and one would imagine being Raheem last year,
See how it looks in Munich.
the 3rd-year running back out of Virginia Tech, is going to get some literal and figurative run here in this game with Sanders on that card.
Third string running back.
Carry this year. So it is Chuba Hubbard.
2nd and 9.
Back there with Bryce Young on his 2nd and 9.
Oh, Giants run defense finally comes up to make a play. Newbie. Tyler Newbin comes flying up and smacks Chuba in the backfield. Just dips under the guard too and comes. What a great play by Tyler Newman.
Can come into the league and it's just like college. You just have to do it the same way that I've done it to have success. And sometimes you don't know all the little nuance and details that can go into it. So Bryce Young being able to step back and watch a guy like Andy Dalton do it has allowed him to learn some things, understand some things.
MT Young takes a snap, looks left. 3rd and 10, no flag, please. I love when defenders celebrate when it's a terrible pass.
That's trying to hold the football just long enough to allow his receiver to separate. You see right there, had to let it go at the last second. Being able to get open on the other end and live with a punt right here, probably the best decision for Bryce Young.
I mean, a little bit of a skirmish and fight here between the Panthers and the Giants on the fair catch. Personally, wouldn't even. It's not worth fighting at all. Special teams right now being an F-. Why would you do that? 87 on the Giants too is he's such a fringe player. All your job is wave, fair catch, catch it, and then you gotta punch the guy in the face after. He'll be gone after this week. It's really stupid. Your offense can't do anything, but you want to push him back 15 yards. Yo, Omega, what's up, dude? How you doing, bro? 16-hour shift. That's a long day, bro. Wish you well and best of luck. Someone getting a red card here. Yeah, just offset him, please. Yeah, but Omega, bro, this game looks... The Giants look very bad. Very, very bad. The German fans watching the call must be like, what the hell are they talking about? Because I feel like in soccer, it's just, you just get a foul. Why would he do that? I mean, the guy's not going to be on the team. Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. It's not, This is looking like one of the worst games I've seen in a very long time. It's just no one wants to be there. The coaching, the play calling looks horrific. I'm kind of even pissed that I thought the Giants would have a chance. Because whenever they play really bad teams, they look terrible. It's a commercial break right now, but if you remember last year when the Raiders fired their coach and they were a complete dumpster fire, and then they played the Giants, and they hung like 30-something points on the Giants. And the Giants didn't score at all. This kind of feels like where this game's going. Yeah, so I might go to halftime here and then just make some breakfast. Because this is just bad. Dable might be losing the locker room. There were... I think after like week 3 or 4, there was an article about him potentially losing the locker room, and I was like, oh god, this is gonna be a disaster season. But you could see he doesn't even care if you like. I know you're not watching, but usually Dable does that like fiery scream at people shit, which he thinks works, but I don't think that works for the NFL. Um, and he's not even doing that. Like Daniel Jones, everyone's playing bad, and he just like walks to the other side and doesn't even care. So losing the locker room, I don't know. I think they need to say what the plan is for the future because why would anyone watch if there is no plan? I don't know. I would love to know the plan. I do think with Dable though, his thing too is like there's a difference in coaching between coaching and screaming at people. Dable the last season and a half has been too screamy at people without coaching and making people better. But I think he's really plays into these rookies and he really we keep pounding beer. That's pretty funny son. Like Tracy Neighbor seems like he's in his own little world out there. He said he likes Jalen Hyatt a lot, and they talk. But Jalen Hyatt had a catch in this game, and then he also drew a pass interference. Do you think they had missed opportunities for trading someone for maybe some draft capital before the trade deadline? Yeah, I would have shipped Aziz out 150 billion%, and Slayton too. I think for this, the Steelers were interested in Slayton, but then they just traded the Jets to get Mike Williams. But here's the thing: it's like with the draft capital, like who do we even trust that the Giants can draft that will make them better? Jones, I formation, hand off to Tracy, who gets nice chunky yards there, probably 10-yard gain. But the Giants are playing such a reverse style of football for where the game is going. But good run by Tyron Tracy. Yeah, they should have made trades for sure. 2-7. Why wouldn't you? And then, but I guess the argument is if you're going to trade Darius or Slayton, who I guess people realize that he was concussed too, so he's not even playing today. So why do you want to trade for someone that's hurt to be your wide receiver 3? So you would trade them for a 3rd or 4th round picks, and it's like, have the Giants had any success in the last few years in those rounds? No, not really. Why would so? Unless we're gonna package them up and try to go up higher in the draft. But who? There's no quarterbacks. I don't think worth taking. 2nd and 5. Tyron Tracy split up north. Probably gonna come in motion. Jones in empty. No motion. Jones looks left. Throws it to Neighbors, who immediately covers up because he's getting killed by 2 people. Wouldn't mind if Neighbors caught a few more passes. But again, they don't run routes for first downs, so 3rd and 1 coming up. Seems their shortest. The average on 3rd downs has been at 9.3 yards. Now they have 1 to go. Under center, single back, flea flicker. Jones sacked. These play calls are just terrible. Wan'Dale Robinson's wide open. They got him tanky, dude. I didn't think it was possible. Wan'Dale Robinson was wide open. I don't know. This is just the worst football team I've ever seen. He's got to come out.
Make plays against you, but missed opportunities drive coaches crazy. Back to Munich in a moment.
Jones has got to be benched. Not that the damage isn't already done. Multiple guys sprinting wide open, naked. Third and one, flea flicker. Taking the sack. I don't know what this team is, man. Depressing, that's what this team is, but Jesus Christ. Third and the play calling, I don't even know if that was a bad play call because the guys are open. Jones just, I don't even know. I kind of want to go back and rewatch it. Yeah. Well, Eli was also helped with a phenomenal offensive line and running game where they had multiple 1,000-yard rushers in 2000 whatever 7 or 8. I'm just rewatching this play again because I need to look at this. Like, but yeah, no. Eli had better weapons. Plaxico, Monty Toomer, Manningham, Cruz, Smith. All right, I'm rewatching this. 1, 2. Jones had 2 seconds from when he roughly got the ball back on the flea flicker, but let's see. I mean, he's open. And Neighbors is wide open. I don't know. Dable clearly just hates Jones's guts. Dable looks like a JV coach who don't even care. I mean, year 6, dude. What else do we need to see? I don't even care. I would just say Drew, you're going, or fucking Tommy. Daniel Jones can't play in this league. I just can't believe how wide open those guys were, and what is he doing? I mean, what are we doing? Third and 4, Bryce Young, empty. Takes a snap, looking over the middle. And dropped by Adam Thielen. Oh, Coker. Dexter just, wow, he's so good. Wow, Dexter just put the center on rollerblades and just threw him into Bryce Young. I mean, both of them don't even have good hand placement on that play, and just the power of Dexter. I wonder how much Dexter lifts. Because he's just moving 300-pound guys like it's freaking nothing. All right, 87 with another return. Doesn't throw the ball in anyone's face this time. But acts cocky. That guy's, I don't know. This is just Not how you built the club. Not how you built the culture. I also wonder how German fans think of how many stoppages in play there are for NFL games compared to football games. You get the two 45-minute halves, stoppage time. There's not a bazillion commercials. Like, I could imagine being a European and being like, oh, NFL football, this is amazing. Daniel Jones goes 3 and out, the Giants punt, and then there's a 10-minute commercial break. It's like, what the hell am I watching? I think that's why a lot of people don't like football in general. I just try to put myself in other people's shoes and see their thoughts. I love football. I'll never stop loving football. I won't apologize for loving football. But the commercials suck. At least there's no more political commercials. We could all agree on that because that was just getting insane. Kamala Harris spent $1 billion on advertising and commercials and had a performance just as bad, if not worse, than this Giants offense. So, I don't know. $1 billion for nothing. A lot of people could have used that. I mean, now coming back from the commercial timeout, they're just showing highlights of all the guys that Jones is missing that are wide open. I don't even know if it's... I mean, that one on Neighbors earlier in the game is wide open. Wan'Dale Robinson, after the last one, is just jumping up and down, screaming that he's wide open. This is just... I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I mean, it's just... I know Daniel Jones sucks. A lot of people have been saying that for years. Have I said that he's had good games here and there? Yeah, 100% he has. But this guy is a shell of a player of any time that he was ever successful in any period in his career. Can't throw, can't make reads downfield. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw the Giants come out here and do 3-run plays. Under center, Singletary in the backfield, Neighbors in motion. Let's see what Dable has cooked up here. Play action. Jones rolling out right. Throws a 4-yard check down to Neighbors, who gets to 9 yards. Excuse me. I promise you one thing. This is my last coffee because I don't want to waste coffee watching the Giants. It's just gonna jack me up, make me too angry for no reason. Not that Daniel Jones. What I almost say Daniel Jones, like Neighbors did. 2nd and 2. Both tight ends flip to the top of the screen. 2nd and 2. Singletary, Jones screaming. He's gonna have to waste a timeout here. Hand off to Singletary, who barely gets a first down. I mean, if the Giants could score a touchdown, they're not completely out of this. All right, shotgun, spread. Jones takes a snap, looking left, running in the pocket, throws off his back foot. Don't think it was complete. To Neighbors, who's getting up, motioning about something. I don't know what that means. And the 2-7 Panthers having quotes of just giving Bolt. I don't even know if it's Bolt or important material, but you guys are 2-7. The cockiness of these guys being 2-7 is just out of control. Which kind of like leads me to the point. It's like if these guys were ever even any good, the cockiness would just be like insufferable. But I guess good teams don't really do that. License plate guy looking like he's gonna cry. They're in 6. I guarantee you this is a 5-yard like hitch. Shotgun, neighbors in motion. 10 seconds on the play clock. Jones takes a snap. Panthers blitzing. Hits Wandale for a first down and a little bit more. I put a whole bottle of Bailey's in my cup of coffee as I was watching this disaster from what it says. Yeah, I wish I did. Nothing like a nice Irish coffee. Irish coffee to celebrate European game in the morning. Jones under center, handoff to Tracy, who hits the hole, makes a cutback, and gets about 17 yards. Nice play by Tracy. But, you know, that's what's funny about the state of this Giants offense. You know, 2-minute drill before halftime. There's less than 3 minutes left, but you're running single back inside zones when 99% of the league's passing. It's coming down to the 2-minute warning, 15 seconds on the clock, 1st and 10. Giants still in the huddle. Don't know if they're getting in. They're in the red zone. I don't know. Do they force a play here? 3, 2. Nope. Going to 2-minute warning. Yeah, you know, if the Giants can score here and then score again to open the second half, here's the problem with the Giants is red zone play calling, 2-point play calling. I don't know what they're going to do. I'd probably run that exact same play that I just ran with Tracy for 17 and just be like, stop me. I don't know. I'd be hard to believe that you'd be passing the ball much here. Because if you run, at least you could take some time off the clock, so that's less chance that the Panthers have before halftime they go down the field. Anthony Anderson, good for him. I've always liked Anthony Anderson. Subway commercials. There's just, I don't know, a $7 Subway sandwich. That just looks so bad. Maybe neighbors, Tracy. Giants seem to love Theo Johnson. You could see some Theo Johnson sighting. Or I don't even know if the Giants I love Theo Johnson. It seems Dable does. Two and 7 teams battling at it. Even the Patriots have been having a terrible year. They beat the Jets outright. Yeah, Tankathon has the Pats 2 and 7, Jaguars 2 and 7, the Saints. That was funny. Didn't the Saints have like the hottest start to the season, and everyone was like, "What an overreaction from those first couple weeks, right?" With Derek Carr, Browns 2 and 7, Raiders 2 and 7, Tennessee and Miami both 2 and 6. There are a lot of bad teams. Like, this is what also pisses me off about the Giants sucking, is because it seems like a winnable underhand off to Tracy. And that's what I kind of said to do. Jadeveon Clowney getting off a huge Evan Neal block. Most points after the 2-minute warning this season. The Giants lead the league with 19. Is that actually a real stat? So that's like pretty much just says, because the Giants don't score either, so their only times they're scoring is under 2 minutes. I love Kurt Warner. This is a chill booth between Eisen and Kurt Warner. I saw Kurt Warner win the Super Bowl with the Rams over the Titans when I was a lad. All right, 2nd and 12. Carolina burned the timeout, 154. Single back. Play action. And it's intercepted.
Oh my god. We make a terrible team look good. How do you do that? How do you make a terrible team look good?
Dable looks like he really doesn't fucking care anymore, like at all.
Wow, he literally just pushed the guy
He
right out of
just
the way.
drilled Jadeveon Clowney in the face mask with that pass.
Oh wow.
This is the worst Giants. This might be the worst Giants game I think I've ever seen.
Is it possible for us to get the number one pick this year?
I don't even think it. Yeah, I guess. Doesn't really even matter. 8 yards on first down. All right. Enough of this. Who's talking to him? I mean, there's something going on here because no one seems like they care that happened. Like they're just like, okay, yeah, you'll get him next time, even though you haven't gotten them next time this entire season. Like Dable's just standing here, like I think he fully understands finally that yelling at people isn't the path to go. But what's the plan? I mean, the Panthers are just gonna go right down the field here. Chuba Hubbard with 90 yards at halftime. The Giants are actually a disgrace. I completely side with people that don't want to watch this anymore because this is really, really bad. Now you're in outside of 2 fluke seasons, you're in 12 years of really, really bad. I think that would like totally shift the dynamic of. There's probably just so many kids that have grown up nowadays that have seen nothing but really, really bad Giant football. That would like, I don't know. Yeah, I'd be a Chiefs fan. They'd win. You know what I mean? Like how?
Yeah.
Why would anyone want to watch Daniel Jones? Just there's nothing good about this at all.
Wow.
Bryce Young making people miss. I'm just going to cut the feed now, but I'm sure the Panthers will probably get in the field goal range and kick another field goal to take a 13-10 lead. But we'll see. Thanks for watching.